You're tuned in to Ask the Master Auto Technician. Car questions? Get answers right now. Call 850-763-0555.
James Auto Center, we fix it right, guaranteed. Beep, 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 yeah.
All right, good morning, everybody. This is round two, segment two of our Thursday morning show. I have Brian Armstead calling all the way from Maryland. How are we doing this morning, Brian?
Oh, I'm fine. Just trying to get the morning cobwebs out of my voice, but
yeah. Well,
from that,
good. I'm glad you're doing. I'm glad you're doing well. I know that is wintertime rapidly approaching where you live up north. I know it.
Oh no.
Oh,
no
I
way,
mean,
dude.
It's past July 4th. Didn't winter come July 5th? I mean, no, no, but
you Floridians are really funny. Okay?
I don't live up north because I don't like cold weather. I
understand.
I do not like that. Now, you told me you're going to be talking about the Cadillac CT6. Is that a car that's replacing any previous Cadillac model?
Yes, out with the XTS, in with the first ever CT6, badged as a 2016 model. Got to tell you, James, believe the commercials, to Dare Greatly. Cadillac's running these Dare Greatly spots where they show the car. They don't show much of the car, but they kind of give you this thought process to think outside the box when you think about Cadillac. And that's exactly what you should do. You have ATS-V. You've got Escalade, which has been redesigned and, not redesigned, but just updated. You've got the new XT5, which replaces the SRX. And, in addition to other models in the lineup, the first ever Cadillac CT6. Got to tell you, I've been writing about cars for about 20 years now. This car is one of the best cars I've ever driven, just bar none. It's,
wow.
It comes in at a base price of about $53,000. I have the CT6 Premium Luxury All-Wheel Drive Edition. Trim level rather, which comes in at $67,570. Our price as tested was $81,840, and it was a week that you get certain cars and you're like, okay, this was a nice car. They tell you they're going to pick it up on Wednesday or Thursday, and you're like, okay, keys will be in said location. When they told me they were coming to pick up the CT6, I'm like, no, you can't take my car away from me.
Well, I'm looking at the pictures on the internet about it, and the interior is very, very nice. I'm talking about full leather interior, where it looks like the speakers for the stereo are built into the headrest.
Well, it's got 34 speakers
strategically
placed. If you order the optional Bose Panorama system, there are 34 speakers in the interior. Now, my daughter and I tried to count where they were. We couldn't. I mean, it's just too many. God only knows where they put them, but the sound is incredible. The Bose Panorama system, I do know that when you start the car, a center dash speaker rises up from the dash.
Really?
It's just a very subtle rise. It's like an inch or inch and a half rise out of the dash, 2 inches maybe, and that gives you a lot of forward theater-like presence if you were on a live sound stage. The Panorama system is incredible. My car was a white pearl metallic. Let me see if I can give you the exact name of it. Crystal white tri-coat.
Tri-coat.
The interior was
pearl.
Yes, the interior was cinnamon with jet black accents. The cinnamon kind of reminds me of the peanut butter interiors that a lot of manufacturers are using now. And as you can see from the media photos, the extended comfort seats up front and even the seats in the back are really they're form-fitting.
Yes.
They're built for extended trips. They're heated and cooled. There's a lot of content that goes into the Cadillac CT6. I mean, you would expect content with a Cadillac.
Right, absolutely.
But, this is not, and I hate to be cliche, but this is not your father's Cadillac.
No, it's not. This
is not the Cadillac that was, back in the day when you had a Fleetwood or a DeVille or a Brown. These are old school cars from the 1970s when Cadillac and Lincoln kind of ruled the roost. Well, Cadillac lost its way a little bit over the years. They came out with cars like the Cadillac Diesel and the V8 6.4,
and the Cimarron,
which was a total disaster. The cylinder deactivation Cadillac.
Oh yes.
And then along came the Cimarron, which was a rebadged
Cavalier.
Cavalier, right? And then the Catera, which was built on an Australian platform. I mean, just some, and Seville, which was built on a Chevy Nova platform. Just some really marginal automobiles.
So they're getting back to their roots, then. They're getting back to being luxury cars, then.
They're back to being the luxury car division that General Motors signed them on back, I believe it was back in 1909, when they joined General Motors to be their luxury car division. Cadillac is back, folks, and if you don't believe it, you need to get on down to your Cadillac dealer to test drive the new CT6. Let's talk about what powers the premium all-wheel drive version. James, it's a 400 horsepower, 3-liter twin turbo 6.
Wow!
And it runs on regular gasoline, and the car just gets out and moves. It just moves. You just put your foot in it, and it just hauls. You know what?
Well, you remember Ford came out with that F-150 twin turbo V6 they put in their trucks, and that is a workhorse. It's quick. It's got lots of torque and power. Well, this is a similar, twin turbo V6 direct injection engine, and it's designed for a car, and it will really get out and move. I bet you. It's
got a lot of power. There's no drama associated with the turbochargers on this car. I'm not sure if they use a inline turbo system or a dual turbo system. Some people have a smaller turbo to spool up a larger turbo. I didn't quite study the technology for that, but rest assured that there's no turbo lag when you put your foot in it, and it just spools up very nicely. There's not a lot of turbo drama. You don't hear a lot of loud, whistling sounds that you do with some larger turbos. Well, then again, it's a Cadillac, so the car's quiet. But don't be fooled by the quiet nature of the CT6 because, you have all kinds of technology inside the cabin and outside the cabin. Inside, you've got the touchscreen Q system, which is a 10.2-inch touchscreen.
Yeah, it's big. I'm looking at the picture of it. That thing is as big as anyone's iPad out there or bigger. It's monstrous.
Well, it's about the size of an iPad.
Okay.
It controls everything from, your cooling settings to controlling those 34 speakers with the Bose Panorama system. It's got a wireless phone charger, which is really slick. The
wireless
phone charger sits under the armrest, and you kind of slide the phone down into a little pocket as if you were sliding a pocket square into a suit, your upper suit pocket. It's really kind of slick the way you do it. A lot of phone chargers are inside of a console or resting on top of the console, and then you put your elbow on top of it. Well, Cadillac has created a little wireless phone charging pocket. One of my favorite interior features, James, is the rear camera mirror.
Rear camera?
What does that you say?
Wow, yeah, I see that. Yeah, it looks neat. Wow.
You flip a switch, and you have your regular mirror from back in the day and the little lever from back in the day. And then you flip that little lever from back in the day, and your mirror lights up with near high-definition quality view of the rear. And it's great because you can constantly monitor what's going on in a near panoramic view while you're driving.
Yes.
You can look up and you see a high-def image of what's going on behind you. Now, it takes a little while to get used to because if you get a lot of trees whizzing by, you can see those things in your peripheral vision. But I love this rear camera mirror. When I test drove the Cadillac XT5 up on Fogo Island in Canada, we talked about that maybe a month or so ago or more. That was my first experience with the rear camera mirror, and it's technology that works. It's particularly in foggy, kind of overcast weather. It really kind of brightens your image of what's behind you, not in a false way. It just enhances what you're able to see in inclement weather.
Well, speaking
now,
of
when
inclement,
it rains, you do see raindrops falling off of the camera, so that takes a little while to get used to as well. But overall, I'll give that system 2 thumbs up. It's really a really cool system.
It looks neat, and plus the sunroof or moonroof combination. I'm looking at it on the internet right here. They've got 2 openings in the roof. I'm looking at. Is that standard? And that's like, holy moly, that's incredible. That's like the entire roof is opened up for the people in the rear and people in the front. So if you wanted to, it's like almost having a convertible. It's that.
Well, it's standard on the package that I had, the CTS Premium Luxury All-Wheel Drive package. Not sure if it's standard on all trim levels, but yes, on the upper levels, it is a standard.
Wow.
A bit of comfort and convenience technology. Also standard on the upper level are a host of features, including, the twin turbo 8-speed transmission, the gauge cluster, which is a 12-inch electrochromatic gauge, which you can personalize to kind of move things around the way you want. One of the options that I really liked on my system, on my car trim level rather, was the active chassis package. Comes in at $3,300 and includes an active chassis with 4-wheel drive, and it comes with 20-inch wheels. It comes with 3 performance driving modes and 4-wheel steering. So when you're kind of getting it around a curve, the rear wheels will turn towards the apex of the curve so that you can seamlessly go around the curve without any fluff and must, and keeps you kind of level. And it's really, it's a very seamless system, but very impressive. This car handles extremely well. And with the all-wheel drive, of course, you can do things in foul weather. I mean, you wouldn't want to take this out in a snowstorm. You can get your Cadillac SRX and your Cadillac Escalade for those chores. But the all-wheel drive just provides enhanced handling in all weather conditions.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as handling, dependability, and looks, what would you give it?
Well, dependability has yet to be determined because it is a new model, but Cadillacs over the years, General Motors products over the years have been dependable vehicles. In terms of looks, it's a knockout.
Wow.
It's just, you've got these beautiful LED headlamps that kind of fall off the front in a waterfall effect. You have LED daytime running lights, which are just dramatic. You can tell when a Cadillac's coming up on you because you see these striking vertical LEDs coming at you no matter what time of the day it is. LED tail lamps that also fall off in a waterfall-type fashion. The car is just gorgeous. The 20-inch wheels are to die for. They're cast aluminum. They're gorgeous. No real flaws here. The only thing I would change if I had to, the headliner in the car, I would make it that Domenico or Alcantara kind of faux suede that a lot of luxury manufacturers are using on premium trim levels. I think that on the all-wheel drive premium level, some of the ultra suede would be really nice on the headliner. It's got kind of a woven headliner, which doesn't feel cheap. It just doesn't feel like $81,000. That's a minor quibble. That's a minor quibble in a car that costs that much money. BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, Lincoln, watch out. Cadillac is back. They've got strong leadership. They've taken some of the brightest minds from across the industry to kind of reinvigorate the brand. I like what they're doing. And if you want more information about the Cadillac CT6, you can go to Cadillac.com, and they've got everything for you. They've got all the trim levels there. All of the different performance features are delineated.
15 seconds.
Technology is explained. It's just a really, really nice package, James.
It sounds nice. I'm looking at the pictures on Cadillac.com on the CT6. It's fantastic. It, like I said, it is a beautiful machine. It really is. If I wanted a car, that would be the car I'd buy right there. Hey, Brian, thank you so much for being on the show today. I look forward to hearing from you next week. Have any idea what you're going to be writing next week or commenting about right now?
Well, I'll probably be talking about the
it's early in the morning.
The Honda Civic. The new Honda Civic is a very nice package. It's affordable and it's very safe. It's no Cadillac CTX, but then again, it doesn't cost
that $83,000. That's
really
right.
Nice package. Yep.
Sounds good. We're up against the clock. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
James Auto Center, we fix it right.